Hey up, me ducks. How are we all? Happy New Year. So we're doing all this and it takes about 20 seconds.
Well, but they'll see us waving in 20 seconds, so that's fine.
Everybody watching it back will see, but we haven't appeared live just yet. But
yeah, we'll be waiting in a moment.
We'll just wait for that little. There we are. We're live now. We're appeared. So yeah, welcome everybody to the Hermit's Cave. As you can see, I've been joined by lots of lovely people, some friends, as it said at the beginning, to see the UK New Year in, which is in 29 minutes time. Woo!
I guess I'm the token American here to cheer you all on.
Yeah, very much. Yay! Mine's still in 8.5 hours.
I'll celebrate 2020 leaving as many times over as I can. Let's just be real.
I'll be having breakfast as your new year is coming in. That's really weird to think about.
That's strange.
I will just be going to bed. Breakfast. What's that?
Yeah.
Oh no, like two hours after that at the very least.
Simon, I've now got the live stream for Big Ben on my iPad.
Oh, cool.
So we've got. Hang on, let me get this so you can see it.
I didn't know Big Ben was joining us too.
Yeah, we've got Big Ben. We're very honoured.
Oh, there he is. Can you see him?
Good.
Hello,
So
Ben.
The bongs.
because I'm sat here with a throw over my lap because I've got the window open in the hopes that the bongs will bong at midnight. But they didn't at 11, so I think they've been switched off because we're on a full lockdown. 90% of the country is now locked down, hence why we're all here in our own homes. They probably turned off like the clocks because they don't want people gathering in crowds and things like that. So Dan very kindly got Big Ben live. I hope it is live. There's a delay.
It's the live stream on YouTube.
Yeah. So, wow, there's so many people here. There's 65 people here already, but I'll just do a collective hello to everybody. And I'm just going to go around and just ask what festive drinks for the occasion that we've all got. So I've got, it looks a very large glass. It is a large glass, but I've got to add lemonade now because time to add lemonade. So I've got port and lemon. Becca, you're next on my...
Well, you know me, I've just got a cup of tea because I can't take alcohol with stuff. So I mean I could, but I'd be like not very coherent. So cup of tea it is.
Yeah, I can't beat a cup of tea. We're British.
Oh, but I do have my water in a Guinness glass. Does that count?
It's tokenistic, but the intention's there.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Guinness.
It's the thought that counts.
I love you showing it off like a makeup guru and it like Guinness.
Yeah.
No, I was hiding the lipstick marks. Look.
I was just wiping mine off. Literally, I was over here like.
Oh, is there anything worse than when you order a drink, the barman gives you a drink, a glass, and there's lipstick on it? Did I ever tell you? I'll get back to going around the room, but I went to a pub once with my boss, and I've never had customer service like it. It was a really swanky place. I'm not going to name them because I could end up in court, although it's true. I went into this bar with my boss after work, and I said, "Oh, 2 pints of lager, please." And it was really off, and he put the 2 pints down, and there was lipstick on the top of this glass. And I passed him the £20 note. He rang it in the till. And then as he passed me the change, I said to him, "Oh, I'm really sorry." I said, "But this glass is dirty. It's got lipstick on it." So he didn't speak to me. He picked up the glass. He put it at the back of the bar. He opened the till. He took £20 note off and gave me my money back and said, "We'll go and drink somewhere else." And I was like, what? I was like, and my boss didn't say anything. I said, "I'm absolutely going to say something." He just gave me the money back and he was like, "Well, if you're not happy, go and drink somewhere else." I was like, "It's a dirty glass." So
As we all sit here and gape.
yeah, but I use that because I was a customer service manager for years, and I use that in my training as good examples of poor customer service. So yeah,
But was it not quite as bad as the service you got in the co-op where I live?
that poor woman. That poor woman. We won't even help her. Yeah. And I always call it out. I think it's because I've been in customer services for a lot of years. When there's poor customer service, I always call it out. I just can't help it. Can I just also say hello to everybody in Facebook, because we're streaming in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group too. And it's just appeared up. They're there. So I don't know if there's been a delay, but you're with us now. So hello to everybody in Facebook as well. Right, Elle, what are you drinking?
I have got, well, I've cracked open the pineapple and raspberry cider, but I've also got British raspberry vodka soda for later on. So, yeah.
Wow, that's stockpiling.
I was just going to say, she's prepared.
Right, this could be a long live. I need to have supplies.
Yeah.
Sandra?
I have Bucks Fizz in the
Ooh,
posh glass.
Look at that.
Yeah, but I started off and I've still got it. Look, it's Baileys as well.
Oh, wow. Oh, I don't know if I could mix the two. They might curdle.
No, I'm not going to drink it.
And Dan, what you got?
I'm still on the gin and tonic. It's the third, maybe fourth since Chris is live. So I'm so sorry.
That's all right. That's okay. It's allowed. It's New Year's Eve.
Just
What gin is it?
I thought we had loads of nice gin in the house, but we drank it all. So it's Gordon's.
Wow.
I never ever run out of gin and have to use the emergency gin.
Wow. I was expected to say Hendrix or at least Blue Sapphire.
It would have been, but I ran out and I'm on emergency gin now.
Yeah, Gordon's is emergency gin.
I think any gin is emergency gin, but that's just me.
You're not a gin person, then?
No, I'll go for the vodka every time.
That's my good.
So is that what you're on?
No, I have Prosecco because it's a celebratory. So no more sparkling water in the champagne glass. Now we have bubbly sparkling wine that tried to attack me when I pulled the cork out, but that's okay. I won. It's all good.
Jack is calling us gin snobs.
Ooh.
I think there'll be me being the gin snob with my shock reaction to Gordon's, but
I'm happy to admit that I'm a gin snob.
If the gin shoe fits.
next is tipsy on alcoholic truffle things here.
Ooh.
Wow, alcoholic truffles. That sounds nice. Wow, there's 109 people in. So hello to everybody who's joining us. So the idea is I would have been at my friend's pub tonight, where I've been for the last 5 New Year's Eve. Even though pubs have been closed in this country for about 6 weeks now, they live there. So I was going to get to have a pub to myself with my friends. But as of 1 minute past midnight last night, 90% of the country is in tier 4, which is basically a complete lockdown, and we're not to leave our homes and socialize with anybody outside or inside. So we decided to come on and do a live, and we would see the new year in together. So we'll have a bit of a chit chat. Dan's got the Big Ben clock, so we'll see in the new year. And then we're going to share our visions. So I shall get it up so you can have a look at it. This was shared in the Hermit's Cave. The visual was done by Twist the Leaf, and he took my 2020 year ahead spread that I did last year and just kind of made a graphic for it for every year. So it's called I think it's called the year ahead vision spread or something like that. But hopefully you can see that now. So we will each talk about a lesson that we're going to take from 2020 into 2021. any particular challenges that we might face, what our focus needs to be on, any opportunities that we need to be mindful for and ready to grasp. And then the fifth card is the overall theme. So we'll flash that up again. Do play along as well. As we're going through each prompt, if you want to have a deck ready and you want to share with us what you get for each of those prompts. Now, as a bit of a, for transparency, we've already done ours because I do mine during New Year's Eve daytime. So I'm going to share with you my thoughts. These are just rough kind of bullets because the rest of it has gone into my my journal, ready for the section that's got my year ahead spread in there. It's just a tradition, and we've just been on Chris, who's from Elemental Cartomancy. We've just been on his channel doing a bit of a live there, and we talked about our traditions. And I always say that on New Year's Eve, I like to sit with my new journal and plan it out for the year and write in things like my year ahead spreads and stuff like that. So what I wanted to ask first is, just from each of us, what are your hopes for 2021? Because when we get to this time of year, I never set resolutions anymore because they last till about the 3rd of January and then that's it, you know. So I don't do resolutions, but what I always like to focus on is something that I want to achieve, or something that I want to happen, or something that I want to work towards for 2021. I have to have, when I go into the new year, some sort of goal that I've got to strive for. It's just something I've always been like that. And I just wondered if you guys were the same, and if you wanted to share what your hopes for 2021 is or are. Should we go in order across the top again? Becca, do you want to go first?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's quite a few things, actually, but the main thing, I guess, for me is achieving that stress release from like financial things. If I can have peace of mind over all that, then I will be happy. That is my aim for 2021. The ball is rolling already, so I hope that I will be able to get peace of mind, most of all, in 2021. That's what my goal is.
Lovely. Al?
I guess I'd like to have some sort of movement or shift of direction in my life. I feel like I've just been quite static. Well, I guess we all have this year, but the past few years, yeah, I've just been kind of trudging along. But I think this year I'd like to see things fall into place. Some sort of shift. That'd be nice.
Yeah, brilliant. Sandra?
I'd like to kind of be going in a bit of a different direction, I think, or because it just feels like I'm not going anywhere. So I want to kind of really think, right, I'm going to do this year. And one of my things that I'm gonna try with is, because I have a lot of like anxiety and stuff, but I'm going to, and some other issues mental health wise that I'm dealing with, that I am going to get dealt with, and I'm making sure that I have the right kind of support for that, and I'm gonna do that going forward to help myself, and hopefully that all will lead me in a different direction as well. And tarot wise, I want to learn more how to read Marseille.
Oh, so glad you said Marseille.
Instead of God.
And the bells just have been switched on. They just chime for 2:15. Don't know if you heard that. So I'm like, yay. Dan, what's yours?
So I want to, obviously, starting the new job in February. I want to be able to focus on that, put a load of energy into that, and make that a success, because it's been a good 12 months in the making, and it's a great start to the year after the year we've just had. And also my new passion, which I discovered at the latter half of this year, is rugby. So I want us to get out of tier 4 quickly so we can go back to training and then get to the point where we can play matches again and I can represent the team that I'm on, which is the Manchester Spartans, which is an LGBT rugby team. So I'm excited about that.
Fab. Jed?
Okay, so for me, it's all about relationships, really. And when I say that, I mean primarily relationship with myself. I've been on quite a journey to really find that place of self-love and self-worth. And I'm getting really open and vulnerable here for just a second, because I want to make sure that I'm attracting the right people into my life, which I'm off to a very great start. But that's really going to be a huge focus for me, and really building up my confidence to put myself out there into the world in the way that I really, really feel like I want to.
Wow. You guys have all shared some really kind of deep and personal and profound things that will really bring about a shift. And I'm like, mine's really basic, because as you know, I kind of always try and live in the present and not dwell too much on the future or mourn for the past. And I've just kind of been thinking, well, my hopes really for next year is that we've all collectively learnt something from the year previously and live our lives in accordance with what we've learnt and do better collectively as a people. I want the year to end up, I want the year to finish but in a better place than where it's going to start, because let's be honest, we're going to have a very rocky and shaky start to 2021. The first quarter is going to be pretty much a living nightmare. So I want the year to end in a much better place. And then I'm really looking forward to a summer. People are already saying it's going to be like 1969. This coming summer is going to be like the summer of love, the summer of freedom. We're going to come out of our little kind of prisons that we've felt that we've been in and just feel an immense sense of freedom. And we're going to be together at Glastonbury. All of us in this chat, hopefully, is all going to be together in Glastonbury. And I'm just really looking forward to that. Just that sense of, wow, coming out of a really long, dark hibernation and just feeling alive, you know? So,
do you know what I'm looking forward to doing when we can? Is being able to hug and show physical love to my friends again, and hold you guys in my arms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's emotional.
Yeah. And then just looking at the chat, I saw, and I've just knocked it. So, Paper Moon, looking forward to Trump going to jail. Don't know if that will happen, but you never know. Butterfly Magic with hot tea. Hello, Butterfly. I want high likelihood of success. More work, less money. More work, less money. Shouldn't that be the opposite way around?
One would hope.
Yeah.
Indigo Violet, mine is to let go. Whispers of 3, to release worry of things I have no control over. Good journeys. Also stop doing resolutions, but wants to make better decisions about money. To be able to deal with what's coming, says Orsi. A lot of changes are going to happen. Yeah, that's true. Ness says to eat more chocolate. I like that. I'm just seeing the bells, says Jackie. Plant a tree if you can for New Year, says Chaos Debs. Not sure if there's any more. Just looking down. Don't know if anybody else has spotted any.
I saw one from Tammy Pie.
Oh, Tammy Pie.
I'd like to build a welcoming atmosphere in my home so people can come over to mine. I thought that was really nice.
Oh,
That is nice.
Yeah.
Erin Scorpio says, personally, I want to work on my home and my life and taking care of my family. Limited family, and I'm separated right now, so I'm learning how to content in my own home. How to be content, I think she means, in her own home. Also, Trump going to jail. Yeah. Stop worrying about this, Rebecca. You got that one.
I was just about to read that one. Yeah, it's all right. You go.
Stop worrying about things I can't change and eat more cheese on toast. I love cheese on toast.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite snack too. But yeah, so lots of hopes and dreams, and it's important that we have them, isn't it? Because if we don't, then I don't know. I think the thing with New Year is it kind of gives us that opportunity of having like a fresh start, even though every day we wake up is a fresh start, isn't it? There's something quite symbolic about a new year, you know, new year, new beginnings and everything else. But we don't have to wait the 1st of January to come round just because we, you know, buy a new calendar or a new diary or something like that. You know, every day is a fresh start, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Aspasia says, I want to move across country, find a home, and to be close to my granddaughter. Crystal Sparkle says, yes, definitely more cheese on toast and more decks.
More decks.
So no depth year for you then.
Oh, don't use those words on this.
I know it's just to rile you up, Simon. You know this, right?
I'm like, wow.
It just the idea of depth year just, well, it makes my hands go cold. The blood stops circulating around my body because the thought of it, I think, like, if things aren't bad enough as they are at the minute, we can't do this, we can't do that.
Very true.
And then a bloody depth year on top of that. No.
To be fair, and just playing sort of devil's advocate, I get the concept of going deep and studying, but I don't think it has to be either, you know. I think you can still, don't give yourself a hard time. So when people say things like, I'm only going to buy one deck a year or one deck a month or one, that's putting limitations in place. And if you fail at that, I just know if I start putting limitations on myself and I fail at it, then I start to feel like I'm failing. And I don't think we need to put that pressure on ourselves. We can still buy decks and go deep and study, you know. Buying a deck.
I think what my year is going to look like a lot.
Sorry?
That's what I think my year is going to look like a lot, actually.
Yeah. Naomi just put, I think I'm a bit pissed now.
Good job, Naomi. Good job.
I'm a bit pissed now. That's got to be the comment of the night.
Yes.
Give it time.
Here we go. Oh dear, that's brilliant. Bless her. Now I can't find it. I have to click on somebody else and click it off again. Don't I? What did Jackie say? You're fine, Naomi. Keep going. That was quite random, just randomly clicking on somebody else to get rid of a comment. And so yeah, I'm not knocking depth here. I don't think any of us are. Well, that was a pretty firework.
I'm knocking it. No.
You're the person that came up with No Deck November.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you were awful about it. How dare you? I put it in your Facebook group for you to get some people talking, and you were awful. Just
like, no Deck November. Why would we? I always tell the story, and not to bring the mood down, but I worked with a girl who wanted to prove for a whole year she could go without eating chocolate, because everybody says to her, oh, you're always eating chocolate. Oh, you know, it's one you don't put weight on. And she used to love chocolate, and she would have some chocolate every day. And she said, oh, there was something at work and I offered her chocolate. She says, no, I'm going a year without eating chocolate. And she was really denying herself it. And she loved it. And she died towards the end of the year. She was 26 years of age. She got deep vein thrombosis that was misdiagnosed as being part of her contraception pill that she was taking. And she died suddenly at the age of 26 in like the November time. And I just remember thinking, wow, she denied herself something she loved all year for what? Do you know what I mean? And I just think, and it's like my grandma who used to have a special room in her house. We never go in that room, only for special occasion. That special occasion never come. It was the most beautiful room. And when she died and we cleared out all the stuff, I was thinking, this room is beautiful. Why didn't she make the most of it and live in it and enjoy it, you know? So I'm always very sort of, because I'm in the moment person, when I hear about restrictions, I think, unless there's a reason for it, like dieting, because it might be dangerous for your health or something like that, if you can afford to buy a deck and you want however many decks, just enjoy them, get them, live your life. And, you know, Connor, hello, Connor.
And I think also if you've had a portion of your life where everything has been restricted in some form, you know, you can't do this, you can't do that, you've got to behave like this, you've got to behave like that, especially when it comes kind of later in life and you come out of something like that and you've got freedom, and just embrace it with both hands and enjoy every second of it is what I say.
Absolutely. And I think, by the way, that fireworks are lighting up the sky now. We've got a couple of minutes to the new year, haven't we? So
Are we going to do the dance where you hold hands?
I didn't know that was a thing until just a few weeks ago.
They even got the Queen doing it on the Millennium Night in the Millennium Dome. She was there doing this.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to look that up on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. You look it up. It's classic. You should see the sky. My sky, because I'm high up, is just lit up with all flashes of colour. I don't know if you can hear them or not, but so yeah, wow. I don't want to go on to another subject because we've got like a minute and a half to go.
Simon,
yeah.
If you're in the little waiting room, the clock is in there.
What?
Big Ben's in the waiting room.
I should show my screen into the waiting room.
Someone's in a waiting room. Oh, how have you done that?
Because I'm clever.
You are clever.
Oh.
Right,
Wow.
Volume.
Cool.
Can you hear that as well?
It is starting to bong. The one in the Nottingham is starting to make the noise.
It's still 2 minutes to go.
No, they're in.
Have you you need to refresh it, Dan.
Refresh it.
It's live.
30 seconds.
Oh my goodness. Are we going to be 20 seconds ahead of everybody else? Or they're going to be 20 seconds behind?
What's 20 seconds between friends?
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This sky is amazing. I've not been in the city for years on New Year's Eve. There we go.
Got a minute to go.
There we are. We've got 20 seconds.
Oh.
Well, maybe it's a live stream. It's slightly delayed.
Oh, there's loads of fireworks going here now.
Striking. Can you hear?
I can hear there's loads of fireworks out here.
There is here as well.
The bells in Nottingham. Little John Bell is chiming the 12 dongs now.
Yeah, and everybody in the chat's yelling Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
All the best. Good health to everybody. Guy. Oh, I wish you could see the fireworks like I can see them. Amazing.
Has he done it yet?
Here.
Yeah.
Has it done it yet?
Is it donging?
Yeah.
It's doing
I
it
think I
now.
can hear it.
Oh, that's the last song of Nottingham's bell.
The
Wow.
stuff on the screen gets a little behind.
That was cool how you were able to get that up as well, Dan.
I
Yeah.
didn't hear that at
I've
all.
spent the past 10 minutes
wow.
to organise it.
Yeah, so cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Girls.
I hope you all get what you
Cheers,
want in
folks.
2021.
Yeah. Definitely.
And cheers to everybody in the chat. I hope you can spare me over the banging of the fireworks. Did you hear them?
Yeah.
I could hear them here, but not you.
Oh, wow. All right. So the second half then is our year ahead spread. So we want everybody to join in at home. So I will get it up just so you can see it for a few minutes. I won't keep it up permanently. But if you've got your decks ready and you want to join in, the first prompt is the lesson. So what lessons can I take forward from the past year into the year ahead? Okay. Who wants to go first?
Do you want to go round like we did before?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I used my Oak, Ash and Thorn because, as you know, that is my soul deck, and for that, the lessons, I've got the wild card that's in there, which is possibilities. So for me, I don't think I took all the opportunities and possibilities that I could. So taking this card into the new year with me, as we mentioned before, I want to embrace all those possibilities and don't let any of them pass me by. So that's the card I got for that.
Cool. Al?
Oh yeah, it's me next. Okay, so lessons. I got the 5 of Wands.
Ooh. What deck's that?
The Apparition Tarot. So I guess it's about picking my battles, and probably there's going to be some chaos probably this year. So I have to learn to pick my battles within that and try and tune out all the noise. And yeah, I don't really know, to be honest. Yeah,
Cool.
5 of Wands.
Great. Sandra?
Okay, I've used the Everyday Enchantment by Poppy Palin, and I got the Hermit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I've kind of taken this as maybe needing to look at myself more, and although, I mean, we've spent loads of time kind of separated from people, but I think it might mean for me to make the most of that time on my own, or to really go out on my own. And then, of course, the Hermit in the normal Rider-Waite Smith has his lantern, so that's like shining a light. So I'm thinking maybe I need to shine my light. Perhaps I have a light to shine.
Absolutely. Fab. Dan?
Sorry, I ran away because I looked out the window fireworks and it's literally just started snowing.
Really?
In Manchester,
Oh.
yeah, it's just started snowing at midnight.
Oh, wow.
So let's focus, Dan. What we on lessons?
We're on, lessons that we're taking from 2020 into 21.
Okay, so I'm using the Greenwich Tarot by Anne Moira. I can't pronounce her surname. And for lessons, I got the Seven of Cups, and that's about choices and decisions and options going forward. I had a lot of options in 2020, which I had to work through, and I'm going to have to carry those decisions forward through to the next year.
Fab. Jan?
So I'm using Sandra Look Away. I'm using the Bonestone Tarot. And so my lessons that I need to carry forward is the High Priestess. And when I pulled this card, I thought, oh, this is going to be a doozy of a reading, because this is something that I was aspiring to. In fact, Jennifer Ball, if she's still here in the chat, was with me at the Northwest Tarot Symposium, where I did a spread and said, this is what I'm aiming for, to really trust in who I know myself to be, to not listen to the stories that I've been told kind of all my life by other people that I know are not true, and to be able to really own my own truth and power, and to carry that forward. And there just could not be a more perfect card. I nearly want to cry when I see it, so forgive me. But yeah, that's pretty much that.
Cool. So I'm using the Serpent and the Peacock Tarot, which is my latest tarot deck, and I'm absolutely in love with it. And the card that I got for lessons is the Five of Pentacles. So hopefully you can see that okay. Five of Pentacles. And for me, it's about, this year has been quite difficult, but then you have to think about the whole no pain, no gain sort of scenario, and nothing that happens to us is wasted. It's all a learning curve, and everything that happens to us shapes us into who we are, and we take ourselves forward into the next year anyway. We've all ridden the storm of this year, and I can remember when doing the quarantine streams and things, and everybody was saying, well, we're all in the same boat, and I said, no, we're not. We're all in our own individual boats, but we're all weathering the same storm. It's unique for all of us, and we can't just say, well, we're all suffering, because we all suffer at different kind of levels of severity. So it reminds me, the Five of Pentacles as well is, and when I drew my cards, I was like, great, I've got some real doozies for this year. But actually, there's light and shadow in all cards. But the Five of Pentacles particularly reminds me of, that phrase, this too shall pass. And that will help me as I go into next year, when those difficulties will continue, knowing that it will pass, just like we was able to have a bit of a summer after a difficult Easter and first part of the year. So it's about sort of learning from the past, but also overcoming barriers, knowing that I can overcome the barriers, because I've done them this year, and coming out of it the other side enriched by those experiences, even if they have been difficult experiences to face. Okay, so in the chat, and I was asking people if they wanted to share. Aquarius Al got the Eight of Wands. Wow, so lots of swift action and, being responsive to things as they happen and going with it. We've got Two of Coins for Good Journeys Tarot, Four of Swords for Tammy Pie. Oh, so making sure you get plenty of rest. Snow, said Jackie. Oh, is it snowing where you are as well? Is it snowing in Gambling Gay? We got Strength. Yeah, and Page of Cups for Paper Moon. So do feel feel free to share yours as well. Michelle got King of Pentacles. So the next prompt is, go back to the graphic, is challenges. What challenges or barriers or obstacles may I face the next year? So what challenges, barriers or obstacles may I face next year? Becca, what did you get?
Ooh, well, for this one, I got the Queen of Cups from
Cool.
the Oak, Ash and Thorn. So she kind of looks like she's really in control of her emotions, but there's also a little bit of vulnerability in the way this little squirrel is looking. I think that I need to be a little bit kinder to myself with regards to my emotions, but also try and aim for a little bit more of that, I guess, maturity in how I see myself, really, rather than just revert into that childlike mode that can't cope. You know, I've got to remember that I am a mature Queen of Cups, and that I am in charge of my emotions. And yeah.
Brilliant. And welcome, Chris.
Hey, Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, Chris. Have you got a drink?
Yep, I've got another glass of wine.
Chris,
Cool.
happy Hogmanay.
Hogmanay is New Year's Eve, so that's Hogmanay done now.
Hogmanay.
You saw the bells in.
We did. Sandy just ruined Old Lang Syne for me, so he did. We were like, it's always, you watch the TV, the bells, you know, they kind of shoot the cannon, then Big Ben goes, and that's when you know it's the new year. And then they always get someone in to sing Old Lang Syne. And like 30 seconds into it, Sandy was like, she's got massive nostrils. And after that, that was all I could see. That was ruined the entire thing. I'm not a very sentimental person, right? But watching Old Lang Syne and hearing it at New Year, it really kind of tugs in the heartstrings. And then nostrils, that was it. That took the house down, so it did. So, yeah.
How to spoil a moment.
Yeah, I know.
We're just doing the year ahead spread. Have you been able to do yours, Chris? Your 5 cards?
I've not. No, I've not. So I can just cut in part way and just pull. Is that what you're doing? Are you pulling right now, or is it?
We're only on prompt 2. So this is the one that we're doing. So we're just starting. So when it gets to you, if you want to do 1 and 2, so we're going through each card at a time.
Okay.
If you want to do the lessons you're taking with you from this year, last year now into this year, to Jen, and it's still last year for Jen. And then the challenges is what we're doing now.
Right. Okay.
So Elle's up next.
So is it challenges?
Yes.
I got the Page of Wands. So I think this is about me. I really know what I want, but I know if I come up against obstacles that I see that could potentially stop or hinder what I want, then I end up really running the risk of just the candle just going out, or I see it as, oh, that's it, that's the end, what's the point? And then I just go down that, and I need to not do that this year. And there's always a solution, and there's always a way out.
Do you want to just show your card again, and I'll put you up so we can see it? Cool. Fabulous. Okay, Sandra.
Okay, so I got the 2 of blades. So that's like the 2 of swords. So I'm taking this as like my challenges will be like indecision and not sure which path to take. And also because we can see her in this particular card sort of not wanting to look at that. So maybe also not wanting to see what's in front of me. So that's how I've taken that.
Brilliant. And Dan?
So for challenges, I got the 5 of Wands. Oh, there we go. And in this deck, the 5 of Wands depicts 5 young witches around in a forest clearing, practicing their craft, working on their skills, learning new skills and developing themselves. So my challenge for this year is going to be to learn new skills in my new job, in my new hobby, and I'm going to have to, those are going to be challenges because the hobby and the new job are 2 things that I've never done before, like rugby and engineering. Never done these things before, so those are going to be my challenges coming forward in this year.
And then we have our Jen.
So I got the 7 of Swords, which the way that I took this was to mean that not everybody always wants to see you succeed. So I have to not let those things deter me. But at the same time, I also need to be checking in with myself and with my own motivations to make sure that I'm doing things to pursue my path authentically and for the right reasons. So I kind of read this twofold for myself this year, is not letting detractors deter me and not sabotaging myself by letting my motivations kind of run away with me.
Brilliant. And then Chris.
Okay, so for my first card for my lessons, I got the Ace of Cups. So things to take forward. The Ace of Cups is all about kind of, learning to cherish those emotional connections that you have with other people. So that applies for me both with, the connections that I've made with all of you guys, the fact that it's an ace, we're going to build on that. And we're going to kind of, grow it as time goes on into next year. But also, like, I think just for the last year, it's really made me kind of cherish not just you, but like my friends and my family and stuff as well. Just with not being able to see people, like not being able to see my niece during the first lockdown was like really, really difficult. And it just makes you appreciate everything so much more. So I can't think of a better lessons card to come up for me. And then my challenges is the King of Wands. I read the King of Wands very elementally. So the king brings the air and the wands brings the fire, and it's like this ongoing battle, this ongoing kind of deliberation of when to take action and when to kind of sit back and just kind of oversee things, and that is me down to a T. I'm always in a constant struggle with myself about when to act and when not to act, when to say something, when not to say something, and it's just kind of finding that balance that I sometimes find quite difficult. And yeah, I think that's what I kind of see that card as meaning, I guess.
Brilliant. And what deck was yours, Chris? Is it Ink and Intuition?
It's Tattoo Tarot.
Tattoo Tarot. Cool. Okay, so for my challenges, I got. How do you put yourself on? How do you put yourself on? Oh. I have to do it for everybody else. I'm like, how do I do it for me? I got the Knight of Pentacles, which is about, if we're talking about challenges that might be coming up in the year ahead, it's about focusing, for me in particular anyway, focusing on the successes that I want to achieve, and then having the determination of the Knight of Pentacles, having that determination and focus to make sure that those successes happen. So not thinking about things being handed to me on a plate or things are going to, I tend to go into that sort of, well, if it's meant to be, it's going to be. That's not always the case. You've got to put the work in, you've got to focus, you've got to be determined. But also the flexibility that comes. And I've learned that a lot from the past year, particularly with the situation we've been in and having to be redeployed and everything else, and be quite flexible with that. And then finally, being satisfied more. Because if I'm being honest, sometimes I just think I'm always striving for something and not always appreciating the steps that I'm achieving along the way. And it will often take somebody else to say to me, well, actually, just hold on a minute, you've achieved this, you've achieved that. And I don't always see it because I'm always thinking of, what I should be or where I should be aiming for, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's about stopping sometimes as well and being satisfied more and also being flexible. So that's what I've got there. Looking at the chat, people, we've got Paper Moon, Page of Cups for me, King of Pentacles for Michelle, Magician for Purple Scorp, Nine of Swords for Crystal Sparkles. James arrived and said, Happy New Year to all UK folk. So thank you, son. Nice to see you. King of Swords for Selkie. Lots of courts are coming up for that prompt. Which position is this, please? Sorry, Sue, that was the second position, which is the challengers. I'm just looking at, oh yes, and the same congratulations. So congratulations to Shane and Oliver, who got married yesterday. They tied the knot. So congratulations from all of us to you too.
2 days ago. Time is flying in 2020.
Well, technically, it fell on Wednesday in the UK for us.
Yeah. Oh, we're Friday now, aren't we?
Yeah, I was gonna say, but
oh yeah.
Okay, 2 days ago then. I'm just seeing if anybody else has put theirs up. Everybody's saying Happy New Year to Chris because Chris came in at that point. So that's nice to get a lot of comments, Chris. I'm not sure if there's any more cards shared. Oh, Nine of Swords for Paper Moon. King of Pentacles for Kimberly. And yeah, lots of court cards. Seven of Cups for Dory. Hello, Dory. Long time no see. And yeah, I think that's all of them that's been shared. If I have missed any, I apologize because there's lots of people in chat. So going back to the prompt then, we're now at our third position, which is our focus. And that is, what do I need to focus on in the year ahead to overcome those challenges, barriers, and obstacles? So we've recognized what the challenges are. What do we need to focus on to be able to overcome them? And I feel we might have answered that a little bit, but the next card should give us that clarity. So back up.
Well, this card couldn't have been more like bang on for me because I got the Knight of Pentacles, and this is the Oak, Ash and Thorn if you didn't know which deck I was using. But this year I have really got to get my head down, particularly with relation to like finances. I know that maybe this is going to be a year that has ups and downs as far as that is concerned. But the main thing is I've got to keep going steadily, even though it might be rocky at some points. But the other thing that I get from this card, intuition wise, is to look at the surroundings where this hair is sat. And also I need to appreciate what I've got already. And I'm surrounded by beautiful countryside like this, which, you know, money can't buy. And that will be my focus this year. I'm going to keep going, keep ploughing forward and reach that goal at the end of the year of being steady.
Wonderful. I was typing away then in the chat. Elle.
So my focus is the Two of Swords, which I'm frustrated that it's the Two of Swords because I want to be the Page of Wands and just go. It's saying I've got to kind of sit and I guess have like a slow burn, because I guess this is the candle and not a torch for a reason, and I don't want my candle to go out. So I have to put the work in and not just rush around and yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I like how you linked them together. Yeah. That was brilliant. Okay, Sandra.
Okay, my focus card is the Magician. This for me is like telling me you have all the tools at your disposal to make things happen. So, as I was saying at the beginning of the chat about like mental health wise, I know that I have the things available to do that, but also I was also looking into starting to get back into my kind of mediumship practice, which I started years ago and then stopped doing. And I think this is also telling me that I have the things to make that actually happen and need to kind of go with it. Do it like this guy is doing with his digging.
Fab. And then we have Dan.
So for my focus, I also got the Two of Swords, but in this deck it's the Two of Athames, and it shows these two guys who have put their swords away and have started to work together. They're coming to a compromise. They're negotiating in order to work together to harvest that field, to reap the rewards. So this is telling me that I've got to focus on working with other people, and that ties into the fact that I've got these new skills to learn in both rugby and my career, and I'm going to have to learn to not be this super strong, independent person, but to actually rely on other people this year to meet my goals.
Brilliant. And then Jen.
So I got the Queen of Cups, which is really interesting to me. The way that I'm kind of interpreting this is that I need to trust my feelings and be able to embrace them fully and securely. I, for many, many years, was somebody that felt like, expressing and displaying emotions wasn't very balanced, to tell you the truth. And I think I find my balance the more I actually allow myself to be open, more vulnerable, and empathetic as well, because I think with sharing more of myself, it allows me to connect more with others. And I think that really ties in well with the Seven of Swords and kind of keeping the damage that could be done here fairly well mitigated if I embrace my Queen of Cups.
Yeah. Awesome. And then we have Chris.
So I got the Knave of Swords, who's the Page of Swords. So really, it's like doing the research, increase your knowledge base, find out as much as you can. For me, it's really about kind of getting all that information. He's like kind of like the James Bond with the tarot. You know how James Bond, like if you've ever seen a James Bond film, he can turn his hand to anything. Do you know what I mean? Like he can speak fluent Russian, and then the next minute he can be talking about like marine biology. Do you know what I mean? He seems to just know everything. He has this massive knowledge base, and that's Page of Swords. Do you know what I mean? At his worst, they can be a nosy wee fucker. But oh, sorry, am I allowed to swear? Well,
Yeah,
he can be extremely nosy, but Yeah, increasing the knowledge base. It's like Elle says, I implore you to do your research. Knave of Swords.
Yeah. Yeah, it's after the watershed, Chris. You can swear.
Oh, thank you.
So I got the 10 of Swords. I mean, I was like, great. 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, just bring it on. But actually, when we're thinking about the focus, what to focus on, the thing that I always think about whenever I see the 10 of Swords, and I think about the traditional RWS image with the black cloud, but the dawn coming underneath it. And that's that whole old adage, isn't it? Of it's always darkest before the dawn. And that's, to me, the essence of what the 10 of Swords is all about. And that's what I need to focus on. Because as I said earlier, the start to 2021 is going to be dark, you know, but there is a dawn coming. I feel it strongly that the year is going to get better and better as it goes on. And we're going to have that sense of jubilation. So for me, it's focusing on that and realizing that no matter what tough times we go through, they pass. And that links again to the previous card, like this spread is indicating it should. So it's about believing in yourself, believing that tough times will pass, that yes, it's dark at the moment, but focus instead, not on the moment where it's dark, but on the dawn that's coming. And for that figure that lies there on the floor, get up, get up, get up. That's what we have to focus on. All right, so into the chat. We have 2 of Cups for Ginger Fade. Did somebody else have 2 of Cups? Was that in this one or the one before? Knight of Swords for Selkie, King of Cups for Ness, 6 of Coins for Dory. Tammy Pie's got the Devil to focus on. 3 of Cups, that's a nice one, isn't it? I love the 3 of Cups for Good Journeys Tarot. 7 of Pentacles for Aquarius Owl. Kristen Louise got 2 of Wands. 5 of Pentacles for Kimberly. Hello, Jonathan. He's come in saying aloha. Aloha, Jonathan. Oh, hello to Jilly as well. She came in. And then we've got is that it for people sharing the cards? 10 of Swords for Ness. And yes, I think that's it from the chat. So that then takes us now to prompt number 4, which is opportunity. And I need to get rid of my banner because I can't I can't see it properly. So opportunities. What opportunities will be available to me in the year ahead? So what opportunities will be available to each of us in the year ahead? Becca.
Wow. Okay. For this one, I got the beautiful Hanged Man card from the Oak, Ash and Thorn. I really need to, in this year, to stay still for a minute and put everything into focus. And I need to sort of like have a lot of wisdom about the year that is and the challenges that are coming ahead. But instead of racing around frantically, which doesn't solve anything, the best way sometimes is just to stay still, just stay suspended in that moment and really have a good think about the direction that you're going in. And this little guy here, he's hanging on to this dandelion for dear life. And sometimes that's the best way. You've just got to hang on and get through it. Wait till the rain has stopped and just stay there, just stay focused on the goal.
Lovely. Elle?
Yeah, so I got death. So I'd say it's about releasing things that no longer serve me, and that's holding me back, like old belief systems or old trains of thoughts and things. So yeah, releasing what no longer serves me.
Wonderful. Sandra?
Okay, for this one, now I did get a bit stuck with it. I got the moon, but the only thing that just comes into my mind is like the moon illuminates what is hidden. That's what comes to me here. But other than that, yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but opportunities as well, I suppose, with the moon is things might not always be that visible to you, you know,
Yeah,
in terms of
true.
thinking about opportunities. They may come a little bit
Yeah.
disguised or in the half light, and
Mm.
it's about really having to be intuitive and focus on it, isn't it?
Yeah, that makes sense as well.
Cool. Dan?
So for opportunities, I got the Ace of Maze.
Oh,
And on this card, it shows this cute little field mouse, like Becca's, climbing to the top of this dandelion and just looking out at this beautiful world. In this deck, this is a card of victory, of achievement, of overcoming those obstacles, and just being at the top of your game. And linking that back to the other cards I've got, it's telling me that if I work with people, like my previous card said, and I focus on these new challenges that I've got coming up, it's going to be a success for me, and that's my opportunity this year. It sounds like this year's going to be a good year for me.
it does. Your year ahead is looking dandy.
It gets better as well.
Jen?
So my opportunity brings the King of Pentacles. What this means to me is that I really have an opportunity to achieve a sense of stability and groundedness and achievement in the things that I'm striving for if I can stay the course. And I feel like this king in particular, he's able to recognize the abundance that he has, right? So I feel like I'll be able to do that and yet still be able to share that with others and take care of my loved ones and all of those things. So I feel like there's a huge opportunity here with this particular king.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fab. And Chris?
So I've got another court. This is my third court in this spread. I've got the Knight of Coins. So I think the opportunity there is really to kind of slow down and just build up resource. What comes to mind immediately is my wedding, and as you're probably sick of hearing me saying, my wedding's postponed by about a year. It's postponed to January 22. So whilst that can be a bit of a gutter, a big bit of a gutter really, there's obviously a big opportunity there. It's given me an extra year to save up and, have an even bigger, better wedding. And another thing is, when I compare it to the card that came before, I've got a knave and the focus, and then the opportunity is a knight. So there's maybe a bit of an opportunity to somehow progress myself.
Yeah.
In some way.
You did say, Chris, that you found the courts particularly attractive in that deck. So that's probably why they're showing up for you. All right.
Yeah, fair enough. Called out.
For my opportunities, I got I've got to scroll up to do this. So, and I love this card. I got the Two of Pentacles for opportunities. And for me, that was about not forcing situations, but instead just kind of going more with the flow, which my tendency very often is to try and force things and not align myself with the rhythm of the universe and everything else. So not to push it, but align myself to go more within the flow of things. I also think it's about if I focus on something that I really want to achieve, when that opportunity comes and I give it my all, the Two of Pentacles is about ease, you know, and that balance and ease. So it should feel like almost like sailing, you know, when an opportunity comes and it's the right opportunity for you, you kind of know that it's the right opportunity because you have that sense of ease, and it's like, you know, like I say, like sailing down a river. You're going with the flow. You're not resisting. You're not forcing it either. You're just allowing it to play out naturally. And I suppose the Two of Pentacles as well is about being able to handle the opportunity, because for me, very often when an opportunity presents itself, I don't always grasp it because I feel that I'm not going to cope, or it's going to be too much, or I'm going to feel overwhelmed. And it's a reminder for me that with the Two of Pentacles coming up for an opportunity, it's saying, actually, you will be able to handle this. You will be able to manage it. So don't fear it. Go with yes, and embrace it. Excuse me. All right, I'll quickly look at the chat, and then we'll just do the final one, which is the general overall theme. So we've got Celtic Roots Tarot, and I didn't realize that was your new channel name, Elaine. So it's lovely to see you. Eight of Wands. Quite a few Eight of Wands has appeared tonight. Spirit Wing got Three of Swords. Hi, June, by the way. It's lovely to see you here if you're still here. Susie got Two of Cups, so she's happy with that. She said, nice. Is the spread available on your Facebook group? It is, Jonathan. Yeah, I shared it. If you search for Posted by Simon Harrison, you'll see it. I posted it about a week ago. Twist the Leaf designed it from last year's 2020 vision. Three of Swords for Triana. Knight of Cups for Crystal Sparkles. Ace of Swords for Aquarius Owl. High Priestess for Good Journeys Tarot. Knight of Cups for Ness. Yeah, quite a few courts coming up again. King of Cups for Michelle. Tammy Pie says, that king is so hot. I think she's on about yours again, Chris.
Oh, my king was pretty hot.
Oh, God. You got an attractive court card as well, did you? Tammy Pie got Three of Swords. The Sun for Kimberly. That's a good one. Yeah, that is a good one, Kimberly. Five of Pentacles. Oh, yeah, it was needed after Five of Pentacles. Hi, Angie. Thanks for stopping in and saying hello. And yeah, I think we're there for that. So the final prompt is number 5. So what will be the overall theme for the year ahead? So it's the biggie. Becca.
Wow, this deck has been so kind to me because my overall theme for the year is the sun. And I was, do you know what? I was so, after the time I've had, I was so pleased to see this card because things are going to turn out okay. I see in here that the rain is going, the sun is coming out, and this bird is heading towards the dry land with his leaves that he's collected because the water is going down. So yeah, it is going to be a good year for me, all in all. Lots of things coming together, and yeah, I see that peace of mind that I long for so much. That's going to happen for me.
Cool. I think we've lost Chris. So we'll have to see if he comes back. I'll look out for him coming in. But it's our L next.
I got the Hierophant. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too sure what to make of it. I guess that there are gonna be things that happen that are probably out of my hands, and maybe I'll need to look to some sort of person or find or seek guidance from a higher source or something. I'm not really sure what to make of this, to be honest. I'll have to let it marinate a bit and see what I think. But yeah.
I love that expression, let it marinate. Maybe you're going to develop your spiritual path deeper, Elle. You never know. Okay, Sandra.
Okay, so I've got the
team.
Four of Blades, and the card from this particular deck, the Poppy Paling card, is seeing a guy sitting in nature on his own. So I think this is probably what I need to do more this coming year, because I haven't spent that much time in nature, not like I normally do, and I need to correct that, and also probably to be more grounded than I have been, and more kind of peaceful in myself, maybe. But mainly spending time in nature, because for me this is like medicine for me. So.
Yeah, we kind of miss that, don't we?
Yeah.
All right, Dan, what's your year ahead theme?
So the theme for my year ahead, I love this card from this.
You're really chuffed about this one.
I am. So it is the Seven of Athames, and it shows a scene of a guy coming back home. His Athames are stowed away on his back, and he's bringing back these three little rabbits that he's hunted. It's a card of self-confidence. It's a card of success. He's been out into the world with all the skills he's gained, and he's come back home with this bounty for his family. It's a card of, I just have a really good feeling about this card. Like it just seems like my year it's gonna be hard work, and I've got things that I'm gonna have to work on, but it's gonna be a good year. The thing is though, with this card, he's been out in the forest, but he's not taken more than he needs. As you can see, there's still a little badger running around. He's only taken what he needs to support himself and his family, and the world has given him what he needed. So I see this as a really successful, really positive card for me.
Brilliant. It is a positive card. Lovely. And then Jen?
So my theme for the year is the Hermit. And this came up actually in a reading that I had done for me here pretty recently as well. And I feel like it's very much in synchronicity with that, where this year is giving me the opportunity to forge my own path, to light my own way, and to go a way that's unique to me. And the journey that I'm on, the work that I'm doing, is going to get me to a place that isn't following in the footsteps of anybody else, but is mine alone to travel.
Yeah. Awesome. And Chris, welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry.
That's right.
For my theme, I've got the Moon, which is a nice card to round it all off. connection to the unconscious is what I immediately think of with the moon. Learning to be in that kind of slightly different place, emotionally, mentally, and not panic. Do you know what I mean? The light steers for me does it best, does the moon best. It's like you see this image of this maiden drowning, entangled in this dress, and it's like if she would only just stop struggling, the buoyancy would take her up. Do you know what I mean? If she would not let fear take over her, then the buoyancy takes her up, and she can negotiate that plane and get herself to the sun. And I think that's what it's all about. It's about not letting that fear, having the fear response is good. Don't get me wrong, we all need it. It's there for a reason, but not letting it completely take over. And just kind of learning to relax sometimes, I think.
Yeah. Lovely. So, mine is the Two of Cups. I'm getting married, everyone. That's it. Finally, my year ahead. No, for me, the Two of Cups is about connectedness, and particularly on an emotional level, because it's about cups, isn't it? But it's about connectedness and harmony, which I think will be the theme for next year. And I can understand that with the year that's going to be coming up, that sort of connectedness. And we was talking earlier on Chris's channel about how we're all interconnected in some way. So it's not allowing myself to feel separate from things, but realizing through next year that actually we are connected, and I need to work on those connections and have harmony in my life rather than any sort of disharmony. And I posted on my personal Facebook earlier that, this year is going to be a clean slate. If people owe me anything, the slate's wiped clean, and if there's any ill feelings, it's gone, and if you have ill feelings towards me, fine, just, live your life. I'll live mine. There's a fresh, clean slate going forward into this year. And the Two of Cups for me, again, is just having that connectedness, that harmony with things, and not feeling, even though we're cut off, separated from people, and trying to always strive to have that unity and that connectedness. So I think that's a really nice card after getting the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles and everything else. But yeah, so that was the year ahead vision spread. Thank you to Twist the Leaf for putting it into a visual for me. It is in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group if people want to snatch it from there. Twist said he was happy for us to use it in there. So yeah, and we have gone a little bit over time than I was expecting, but I just want to say thank you to everybody for joining me on this live tonight. It was lovely to see the new year in with friends. Thank you, Dan, for bringing Big Ben into the chat. That was a visual spectacular. So that was good fun. Do you mind if I just pull a card? Because I always feel like I just need to pull a card. So let's have a card for all of us now. So each 7 of us have shared ours. You've shared yours. But let's have a theme. What will be the theme for all of us as a community for 2020? Let's have a really good one. Wouldn't it be lovely if we got like the 3 cups or the sun card?
Well, Simon shuffles, I think we should all discuss what we're wearing at his wedding in 2021.
Yeah.
I'm going out to buy a big ass hat.
Get your hats. Get your hats ready.
Are you wearing a kilt at your wedding?
Indeed, yeah.
Do you have like your own tartan?
No, my family are from Ireland. They're from Donegal. So no, actually, yeah. If you look it up, you can find a Kelly family tartan, but it's not the nicest, to be honest with you.
What about
no, I don't think so. I don't think they do. He's a Mick Fadden, so I'm not sure if they have a tartan.
Oh, okay.
Phew.
Well, perfect. It's perfect, really, for the end of a year and the beginning of another, isn't it? Because the Six of Swords is about, moving on. It's that movement from those kind of troubled shores into calmer waters and a new shore and a new beginning. So I think that's perfect, really, as a card for us to focus on as we end one year and start another. Yes, this year has been shit. It's been an awful year. It's going to go down in the history books. People are going to be studying about this year in 100 years' time. But we've got to remember the direction that we're going in, and we are headed towards something else. But, every moment is a new moment. Time is a man-made concept. It doesn't exist, really. All we did is see how many times the earth spins round, making a day, and how many times it gets around the sun, making a year. And we invented time and clocks. It's very handy, but it can also be quite a hindrance. And, every moment is a fresh beginning. Yes, it's great that we celebrate a new year and we refocus our minds. But as I said earlier, we can do that every single day. But let's leave the past behind. Let's focus on the future and the positive that it's going to bring. Does anybody else want to add anything to the Six of Swords?
No, I think that's perfect. We literally are moving from those choppy waters into smoother waters from 2020 to 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I would add is that we've got to work to get there. We can't just let the current take us. We've got to be the ones as a community to get us to where we're going. We've got to be the ones rowing that boat.
Yeah. And remember, it's about our mind as well, because it's swords. It's the swords energy. So we've got to get there in our mind as well and let go of things from the past as we focus our minds on the future. Great. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. Thank you for everybody in the chat. It was an amazing turnout. You just never know when there's an occasion like New Year. I think if this had been any other year, I wouldn't have had as many people in, particularly in the UK during midnight, but it is what it is. So happy New Year, everybody. And if we just have a final toast just to say Happy New Year, and I hope everybody gets what they really want and what they deserve this year.
Yeah.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys.
Bye, everybody. See you soon.
Bye. Happy New Year.